So in this question we want to express 2 to the power of n plus 3 minus 3 times 2 to the power of n plus 2 to the power of n plus 5 in the form of k multiplied by 2 to the power of n, where k is an element of n, so k is a natural number, which is a positive whole number. This dot here means multiply. So the first thing we have to do is write each term in terms of 2n. So let's start with 2 to the power of n plus 3. This is going to give us 2 to the power of n multiplied by 2 to the power of 3. So we get this from law number 1 of indices, and we're actually working backwards with this law. So we know this law to be multiplying powers with the same base, we add the powers. So we're going to work from a to the power of p plus q to a to the power of p multiplied by a to the power of q. So we're working backwards. So we have 2 to the power of n plus 3, and we want to break it down to 2 to the power of n multiplied by 2 to the power of 3. Our next term, minus 3 times 2 to the power of n, we're just going to keep that as it is, minus 3 times 2 to the power of n. Then we have 2 to the power of n plus 5, and just like we did with the first term, we're going to break it down to 2 to the power of n multiplied by 2 to the power of 5. So again, we're using law number 1, but we're working backwards. So 2 to the power of n plus 3 gives us 2 to the power of n multiplied by 2 to the power of 3. And 2 to the power of n plus 5 gives us 2 to the power of n multiplied by 2 to the power of 5. Okay, so then our next step, we're just going to simplify. So 2 to the power of n we can't simplify, but 2 to the power of 3 will give us 8. And this dot means multiply, so we're going to bring the 8 in front of the bracket. Minus 3 times 2 to the power of n stays as minus 3 times 2 to the power of n. And then again we're going to simplify this. 2 to the power of n can't be simplified, but 2 to the power of 5 will give us 32. So we bring the 32 in front of the bracket. Okay, so now we have 8 times 2 to the power of n minus 3 times 2 to the power of n plus 32 times 2 to the power of n. So this is just like having 8x minus 3x plus 32x. That would give us 37x, but we're not dealing with x's, we're dealing with 2 to the power of n. So 8 minus 3 plus 32 is 37, and this stays multiplied by 2 to the power of n. So the question asked for this to be written in the form of something times 2 to the power of n. The k has to be a positive whole number, and we have it in that form, 37 times 2 to the power of n. So 37 is our k.